You say it's been 20 years, but you've grown so much. I mean, there's not really, it doesn't fit in any time capsule. So 20 years of growth for you is something I don't think I've seen in really any other artist. The way that you started out and the way that you are now, you're not just this character. You're a father. You're a speaker for love, for a lot of stuff. I could go really deep into it. Your growth is just so inspiring, and I wonder, like, was that part of like the plan? Is that just what happened? Did you just kind of find yourself through it?
Dude, well, first of all, thank you. And it's like when you start saying stuff like that, I'm like, nah.
See, that's why I know you're gonna keep doing it though. It's when people feel like, oh yeah, I've achieved this, then you're never gonna see another good album come out of them. You're never gonna see them succeed in their sport or anything. The fact that you're saying, that means I know your next album's gonna be better than the last.
I hope. I really do. And I think it is, because it's gonna come out probably in September. So I think it is. And so that's the only measuring stick I could use.
Right.
Is this album compared to the last, compared to the one before that, and the one before that. And how I look at my albums as kind of a diary of my life at the time.
Yeah.
So when I look back over 10 years, I could pull out an album from 2011 and go, I remember the girl and the house we were living in, and I remember the gigs at the time,
right,
and the band and the van we were traveling in. So that's why I want it to be, and that's the way music started for me, was expressing where I am at the time through a song and through the stage.
Yeah.
And luckily we started getting paid for that.
Yeah.
But that's always been a special thing to be. And when I'm an old man, I'll be able to look back and just like, instead of a picture diary, I'll have songs.
Yeah. Well, you've got cool videos to go along with them too.
And I love making videos.
You guys crush, your crew, everything. Do you feel like you kind of opened up and were more accepting of people understanding who you are on the inside? Because, like I said, as a fan, you can see that when you first came out, it was, this is what I think music is. And at that age, you were probably speaking your truth, but it seems that your truth has gone deeper, and that people are more getting able to see the Granger that I got to know, the person that I see.
Yeah, that's I think that's just getting older, you know. That's just living life. And every artist, when you're a teenager, you're gonna write songs or perform songs that naturally you just don't totally understand. And there's nothing wrong with that. It happens all the time. You have to go through that until you've lived enough life, you've had enough real things happen to you that you could actually speak towards that, and people will believe it.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like the process kind of overexposes you on the inside? Do you feel okay with people seeing it? Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the weird thing: is I'll write songs. Like when I lost my dad in 2014, I wrote a song about it, and then I couldn't play it.
Oh yeah.
I never could,
yeah.
And people would request it. And people would even tell me, like, you know, that song means a lot to me. It reminds me of my dad. Can you play it tonight in a meet and greet? And I'd be like, yeah, we'll see if we could talk about, you know.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't,
because it was too real.
As soon as the song starts, it's too real. Yeah. And so that is actually a problem.
Yeah. Now, have you found a way to kind of quell that? Like, can you play your dad's song now? Have you found a way to do that? Are you in the process of that?
I don't know. It's funny you say it, because I still don't play it, but we've been doing these live stream shows lately, because of the state of the world.
Yeah.
And that song, it's called Tractor. It starts to come up again. People are like, play Tractor.
It's a great song.
So, well, thank you, dude. So I'm like, well, it's on a live stream. I'm kind of safe because I'm in my own space, you know. Right. So maybe I'll pull
and
it
friends
out
and stuff.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You never think about that. I mean, of course, you go through your life and you write like a poem or whatever to a girlfriend, and you feel, you know, like I'm kind of exposing myself, and you feel vulnerable, but you never think about when someone who has an audience that's actually expecting them to be honest, and they put something out there that's just as real as like your father passing.
So imagine taking that poem you wrote for your girl and then standing up in a theater and
Yes.
reading it to everyone.
Right.
That's weird, right?
It's totally crazy. I mean, it's what you signed up for. And it's like,
Yeah.
I can also see why it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah.
it's like you guys are actually seeing who I am.
Which is why when Earl Dibbles came around in 2011, I loved that creative outlet of Earl, because it's like I didn't give a damn.
Right.
What, it didn't matter.
It's a Halloween costume.
Exactly.
It's I can go out and have fun
Yeah.
and do this stuff, but this is
Exactly.
Earl. This is
Yeah.
separate.